Hello! Guess what? We're turning into a Monday podcast. Fuck it. Inconsistency is the one thing we're consistent at. Welcome back to episode 12 of Aspect Ratio with me, your host, Smack, where we present to you a unique perspective on content creation and just content as a whole. And by we, I mean me and he being Dan. Dan, how's it going?
Hello. Yes, I'm doing good. I'm glad
you are.
Yeah, no, I mean, we remember, like I said, I meant to record yesterday. This man is ill still.
It's ridiculous. Like, that's 10, 11 days this has been going on now. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. You actually went to a doctor? Or you just...
I had an appointment at the doctor on Thursday. Mm-hmm. I slept through the appointment time. It was 8:30 in the morning. Well, that was like the worst night I had for sleep. So I got a grand total of about 30 minutes sleep that night.
I'm assuming your partner took doggo out?
No, Derek just went out late.
Oh, okay.
Derek was just like, he didn't care. He was lying in bed. He was quite happy. But I don't know what it is. I just can't shift. So now it's like, it's in my throat. It's like one side of my throat feels like it's swollen to the point where I can't swallow properly. Giggity. And I can't, I'm still coughing a little bit. And when one cough happens, I'm able to sleep during the night now, which is great, partially because we got a new bed delivered a couple of days ago, which, oh my God.
Good bed?
It's just a new frame. So the mattress itself is still the same, but the new frame is so much more solid and doesn't make a noise when I turn over in the night, and also isn't broken. So
that is a good update, to be honest. That is a good update.
It has a few things going for it. But yeah, it's just, I really want this to go away. I just want it to go away. I start college a week tomorrow. I want this to be gone before I start fucking college, please.
Or someone before they actually just like, does this just one always have, like, diseases?
I know, it's starting to feel like this is just something that I live with now. Yeah. It really is. And do you know what? And I regret this, and I'm going to inform everyone now not to copy me and instead do the complete opposite of what I did. When you have anything that is affecting your sort of respiratory system or that is affecting your throat or causing you to cough, please, for fuck's sake, take a COVID test. I didn't, and I have been paranoid for the past week of anyone I might have interacted with if it was something like that I could have passed it on to. Yeah. Because I've had it once before, and everyone, usually, from what I've heard from everyone, the second time isn't as bad. So I'm like, shit, is this like part of second COVID? Did I not? I was lax with it, and I shouldn't have been. We're still living with a pandemic essentially just now. So please, just be more fucking sensible than I was.
Yeah, pretty much. You're not the only one who is potentially have COVID, because my brother has COVID right now. But he's not an idiot. He did take a test, and but the day before,
he's not an idiot.
He's not an idiot. You are an idiot because you should take a test regardless. True. It is. I will happily call you out on that. But the day beforehand, because he was come up and he did cough a little bit whilst he was when we came up and we were sorting the flat out and stuff. Yeah. And he just messaged me, but by the way, take a test.
No.
And it is. But when I was at that, I was with some of my friends at the time, and they didn't know it was my brother who texted me. So they initially thought it was an STD.
I was going to say, are they assuming that you were getting a different kind of test going on here?
Yeah.
Excuse me. Also, to anyone watching the video of this and wondering, I'm not drinking urine. It's a vitamin C tablet. I have one of these every day now. It's vitamin C, and I sip it gently, so please don't think I'm slowly sipping on a glass of urine. I down those.
Which one's vitamin C again? Is that one needed from the sun, or is that vitamin D?
That's vitamin D. That's the one that all Scottish people are deficient in.
I was going to say, yeah.
I actually bought, so the other half, he's got, she's quite pale-skinned. Casper, as we like to call her.
Yeah. When you go outside, the people go, beacons are lit!
Exactly. When she steps outside, she burns like a fucking vampire. That's why we moved further. The further north we go, once we cross the wall and move towards the White Walkers, she feels safer for some strange reason. But yeah, I bought her vitamin D tablets, and it does make a difference, I must admit. So if you are someone like us, and like a lot of content creators and gamers and streamers and all that jazz, who spend a lot of time sitting inside at your computer, and you don't perhaps get as much natural daylight as you think, And you know, a lot of us rely on open a fucking blind. Just while you're editing, not while you're streaming. Natural light is not your friend.
Yeah, that's true.
He says sitting here under two fucking lamps, currently blasting him with light.
Can confirm that natural light does not give vitamin D.
It doesn't fucking do anything for me, I tell you. But yeah, it's a lot of like streamers and stuff. You know, we all resort to the energy stuff, energy drinks and all that, which Dan and I were speaking about just before we started streaming. Sometimes it can just be like a vitamin D deficiency, and I don't like taking like multivitamins. Like everyone goes, oh, take the multivits, like the fucking Centrum or whatever other brands are available. The problem I get with that is you're just paying for expensive urine at that point. Because your body already has a lot of most of those vitamins. You're better off finding out what it is that you might be deficient in and taking that specifically instead of a multivitamin. It's like taking a fucking shotgun when a sniper rifle would do just fine. Wow, that was a dark analogy.
That was a very dark analogy. Oh
hell!
I'll just like, you know, slightly slide that under the rug and go. If you do feel like you're missing something, go to the doctor. They'll run some tests. They'll say you are low in this vitamin or have this deficiency, and then you can target that one and get better.
Yes.
Okay. Don't bring a shotgun.
Sniper analogy.
Yeah, don't bring a sniper rifle to a shotgun fight. Okay.
No. Well, if you do, just make sure you don't turn up at the fight. Actually, stay 100 yards away. You're more likely to have success. How have you been feeling, though? Because obviously you were a bit ill. You were just overcoming a bit of an illness the last time we recorded.
Yes. Last time we recorded, I was just surviving my illness. And, well, the weight that I lost is now back on.
Hey, well done. Or no.
It is. No. But it's then coming back off again, so I don't know if it's that, like, you know, my body was just like, he's dying, quickly, put some fat in him.
Yeah. It could have been, actually. It could be just your body, because I think anyone would go through, if you like what you had, it would be a quick, get some more food in. For fuck's sake, I've not had any in like 3 days.
But I found out why I was ill. I don't know if I spoke about this on my last podcast. I found out why I was ill. And that is
just said you'd been visiting the bathroom quite a lot.
Yeah, but anyway, I have an infection in my leg, which was causing illness and me being bleh. So I have antibiotics for my leg, but I also now have special moisturizer.
Oh, okay.
And it's because the infection came from cracks in my skin.
Is it the kind of moisturizer you eat?
No.
Oh, okay, I was just checking that might be why the weight went back on.
But,
is it yogurt?
No. It looks like mayonnaise I can put on a salad.
It sounds like they've given me moisturizer for this infection. It's strange. I just used to use butter, but
that's probably why I went downhill very quickly. But anyway, as you do when you're bored, you look at stuff when especially new medicine. You want to look at the instructions and stuff. The main instruction in big, massive letters. This product is flammable. Keep your body away from fire.
Like normally you just run into fire, but now be careful.
It sounds like a weird skit for a firefighter. I'm going to go save this person. No, Darren, you've just moisturized.
Oh, for the love of Christ. It used to be hair gel and hairspray. Now it's moisturizer. That's flammable.
Now it's moisturizer. Yeah.
Fucking hell. This is what they mean about make sure you have a good skincare routine. Don't use flammable moisturizers. What the fuck are they putting in it?
I don't know.
Although saying that, no, I think from my job, I do vaguely remember that some of these moisturizers have like alcohol bases to them. Because they're designed to, like you say, if you're getting stuff through like the cracks in the skin that come through or whatever, it could be to fill that in and kill off whatever small bug. It's not small bugs, it's not like there's ants crawling up your fucking leg. But like bacteria and stuff that's getting into the alcohol base it'll moisturize your skin and protect you at the same time. But still, don't try and light it on fire afterwards.
Well, you know, it's not something that I was planning, but it's nice that the bottle told me not to.
Oh, Jesus Christ. See, things like that make sense, though. Like, you don't, when you see packets of peanuts that say, warning, may contain nuts, that's kind of a given.
Yeah.
You expect that one, but when you hear it going, warning, moisturizer may burn. To me, that's a valid warning.
Yeah.
That's one that's required. For fuck's sake. Jesus.
It's also like on the ones that, like, when you get like a new appliance, something that's got those little packets of beads in. And
yes,
it's like,
the silica gel stuff.
Eat. Yeah, and
yes.
please do not eat. That just tells me that people have tried it.
Yes, exactly. That means someone has tried eating it at some point in the past.
Exactly.
Well, do you remember I said, do you remember? Do you ever hear about the thing with the woman in the US at McDonald's who bought
a coffee and didn't realize it was hot? Yes.
Yeah. Apparently, though, she was successful with the court case because the coffee that was made was actually made hotter than was intended.
Yeah. It was like made hot, like it was like very scalding hot coffee. So it was hotter than what it was actually needed to be.
But still, it's a coffee. Don't put it between your fucking legs.
Yeah, I was going to say, in McDonald's defense, you really shouldn't, put very scalding hot coffee, even if it's just being made. Like I have a nice thing that makes coffee. It's called a kettle. Yeah. It boils the water. I know not to take a shower with it. Okay? Because even though the water in my shower is hot, it's not as hot.
I just had images of you taking the kettle in with you. It's where I know what to shower with it. So take the kettle in with you. Come on, in you come. That's how Dan fills up his kettle.
Oh yeah, just fill it with shower water instead.
Just sitting underneath the shower. Oh, random query. Here's a fucking thing that my brain goes off on tangents. Speaking of showers,
okay,
I had not a debate. Don't worry, chat. We will get to content creation stuff in a minute. Don't worry. Chat, comments, whatever the fuck.
Yep.
Just screw it. I'm tired. I've only had 2 coffees this morning, and it's already 20 to 11. I was debating with Z the other day. When you're in the shower, where do you face? What direction do you face?
Right. I face sideways.
Thank you. So, I think, and this comes down to like us because of the size of us, because we're big fuckers.
Yeah.
I mean, at least that's what people seem to call me. I think it was big fucker. It might have been utter fucker, but
I'm massive fucker. So
yeah. So when like Z would say they stand facing the water, like facing the shower head, or like towards the direction of the shower head. Now I'm like, no, I turn sideways and face the sidewall. I can't face towards the fucking water.
No, I don't face towards the wall. I face like the other way, like into the room.
Oh, like towards the shower curtain.
Like towards the shower curtain. Yeah. That is because if I do decide to, fall with my, very moisturized legs, because apparently falls very
flammable moisturized legs.
Yeah, my flammable moisturized legs. Just right. I can, grab on something.
Yeah.
No.
I do it the other way. That's why I face the wall.
Yeah, the reason I don't face the water. Yeah, the reason I don't face the water is, and by the way, I would if I could, and that's if I could, because I don't fit facing the water.
I get the same thing. So I get it's the height thing as well. Like we don't adjust it in the house now, but I remember I used to before. It would be like having to adjust the height of the shower head based on the person who was using it. Mm-hmm. So like Z would go for a shower first, I'd come in, and the shower head's like at my chin.
Well, that's like
for me.
In my last relationship, and like say my last relationship, she was like 5'3", and I'm 6'4". So.
Dan's walking in with a wet belly button.
Pretty much.
It's fucking baffling, it really is. I vaguely remember, like, I go to give Z a hug, and like I'll come down to her level, so we're at like the same height. And I give her a hug, and I says, "Look, just, now I'm going to stay in the same position, but I'm going to let go and walk away, so you can see how much I have to contort my fucking body to give you a hug at your height level." And honestly, it would have given a chiropractor a fucking nightmare. It's like half bent at the knees, buckled at the back, head angled. Fucking hell! Here we go, hug time. I look like some weird fucking Warcraft ogre that had just been spawned in out of nowhere. Dear. Anyway,
the stuff of nightmares.
I know, fucking hell. So, folks will remember, especially based on the thumbnail from the last episode, there have been goings on with some teams online, specifically a team leader, team head, team manager, content manager, whatever. Chlooeeeexo and Team EXO. We discussed a lot of the issues last week. Dan, with his journalistic integrity, had reached out to Chloe, who was unable to provide us with a response at the time, based on the advice they'd been given legally and by the police and all that jazz. But they have this past week released a addressing everything video. It came out on Friday just past, if I remember rightly. I'll put the link to the actual video down below if anyone wants to watch it. It's about 15 minutes long. Before we get into the content of the video itself, as we'll discuss, based purely because it's all come around quite quickly, we will kind of go over it. The video was advertised by Chloe like a day before it was going to go live. It was premiered on YouTube. Now, this is supposed to be an apology video, an addressing everything video. To me, posting it as like a premiered thing and advertising in advance is like a fucking brand deal. I don't understand what the fucking logic was, what the thought process was behind that. Mm-hmm. Like you're advertising it in advance, like you're trying to get attention onto it, and that's obviously wanting to get attention onto it. But if you had the video there, why premiere it? Why not just release it?
Yeah, I would say if it's something that you really needed to get out there in terms of apology, but first off, this video should have been made ages ago.
Yes,
mainly due at like 30 seconds into the video, and I'm saying that as literally as like almost 30 seconds into the video. Chloe states that problems have been going back 9 months. Now, if it's taken 9 months to make this video with stuff that you've obviously known about for 9 months because you claim that that's where they've started, then you weren't obviously fully into solving the problem. You thought that they would just go away.
Yeah, it had been addressed in tweets and tweetlongers and all that jazz, and probably discussed on stream, but there'd never really been full-on stuff addressed. Yeah, it seems strange to be covering over all of that stuff when there was a lot more recent stuff that needed addressed. You know, that's what needed dealt with. And the video, when it was released beforehand, or when it was premiered before, the pinned comment at the top of the premiere, I don't know if it's still there now, was if you see this, say hi.
No, that's not there anymore.
Right, so that was the pinned comment before it premiered. So even that was just like a very kind of, hey, if you see this, say hi kind of thing. So what the fuck are you putting that on and addressing it? And then when the video premiered, only subscribers could join the chat for while it was ongoing. So you had to be a subscriber to her YouTube channel to be able to engage in the conversation on the video.
Yeah.
The tweet that was put out advertising it beforehand, the comments on it were restricted to people. I'll say it essentially restricted the people who were actually calling out and asking for the apology in the first place. They couldn't comment on the video or on the tweet. It was advertising it. Well, it was very, very restrictive in what was allowed to happen before. It was fucking weird.
Well, it's not just the restrictive on the video itself. Even the tweet that mentions the video is very restrictive because you can only people Chloe follows or is mentioned in the tweet can actually reply. So,
exactly,
which is why, I mean, there's first off, even though it went out a while ago now, I'm going to say on the 26th, this tweet has only got 4 comments, which is people who are on Chloe's side.
Yeah.
So basically, no scrutiny on the Twitter side.
Yeah, exactly.
But going into the comments,
like we say, this was before the fucking video even came out. That this was all prior to the video even officially being released.
Yeah.
That in and of itself was just. I don't understand it.
Then you've got people in the comments. So I'm reading all these comments, by the way. Yeah. You've got one from Chlooeeeexo, which is them asking to please take down their tweets from the video as they do not want to be associated with them. They haven't given their permission to use use their things for her content.
Yeah.
Also, do not use my things without permission. Read the video and take my stuff out. Also, another one. Where's it gone? Worst apology video ever. You didn't even say sorry till the very end, and then you deflected it. Does not feel like a sincere apology, and premiering it was in bad taste. Once had a hell of a lot of respect for you as a person and connotation, but recently there has been things that just feel so off off from when I found about your first found out about your community on Twitch. So obviously there are some people in here that says like, I'm glad you take accountability for this. I don't think it's full accountability. She was just explaining their side of the the situation. And obviously, I can 100% agree. Chloe at the moment has got some personal problems that need to be dealt with. Yes. In this video, they do mention about some of the hate that they've been getting, and obviously vile hate that obviously should not be getting.
Yes.
Which obviously they are sorting out on their end legally, which is good, which needs to be sorted out. The people that are sending her that kind of hate need to be dealt with personally.
That kind of aggression and like physical fucking, not physical threats, but the vitriol that's poured towards that is just that's unnecessary.
Yeah. But her main excuse for, we'll start with just the podcast thing, not podcast, the roundtable thing that they were doing.
Yeah, the panel.
The panel for the Hogwarts Legacies. Their main defense is that even though they were the host, all they were doing is listening. Yeah. But because they weren't listening, they were only listening. They weren't focusing on the chat.
Yeah.
Now, while that can happen, that is not a defense.
It's really not.
Your stream. You are responsible for what happens in your chat and on your stream.
Yeah.
So that means if your chat
is so busy that it's such a thing that you need to ensure that the proper moderation is in place beforehand.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And if obviously with how streaming is going to go, chat can speed up and down and your mods might not be able to catch any. That's why Twitch has a slow mode.
Yeah.
It was, but I don't
Stick it in emo only.
Yeah. I don't agree with the fact that they just missed their comment and then missed the bad comment. And then when they noticed someone's other comment by saying, I don't feel safe here.
Yeah.
And then...
it seems very strange that for them to miss all of the hate-fueled comments, but still be able to pick up on the one comment that called out that, like, not feeling safe in the community and in that space. Seems very, very... It's like, wow, that's the comment that you saw, and you didn't think at that point to then go, pause, stop everything else that's going on, let's see what's led to this, let's see what's caused it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm sure the panel would have appreciated, given the sensitive issues that you're discussing, even a panel would go, hang on a minute. You could even just go to a BRB, take a break screen for a minute, scroll back through it, and then maybe pause things, maybe bring it back. You didn't have to keep going beyond that. You kind of need to go, hang on, this is a live thing, and we need to be aware of what's happening live within chat as well as on the panel itself.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Going off another thing that happened, obviously when she cosplays as a character of Indian descent.
Yeah, Hadi from...
Hadi, yeah. Now,
yeah,
I have no issue with her wanting to cosplay as a character.
Mm-hmm.
Her choice. Obviously, she stated that she did not use any makeup or anything like that to darken her skin. It was all with graphic effects.
Yeah.
I 100% think that she went no ill will towards it, and she just wanted to cosplay as one of a character.
Yeah,
it is. So I don't feel like that should be put as much hate on her as she should do. Obviously, people will feel outraged about that, and you have 100% right to feel outraged. But just know that in my personal opinion, there was no hate or ill will in that move. And it was just someone wanting to cosplay as a character that they really enjoyed.
I think of all the things that they could have done, they should have, given how pale-skinned Chloe herself says that she is, she does need to be aware of the fact that if you're going to cosplay someone with Indian heritage, Indian background, and even if it is done in post, in graphic, you are still changing your own complexion to match. You are still changing your own face. You are still changing your own skin color to someone else. There's no, like when I do, or if I do a cosplay of someone else, like, okay, Chloe's also done a cosplay of the Trickster.
Yeah.
Turning up to a thing. For the Trickster, she didn't feel the need to change her look in any way, even though her facial expressions don't match Trickster. And so everyone was just like, cool, that's fine. You've got to be aware of what aspects of a thing you're changing to fit into that cosplay. You know, it's like you didn't need to do, you could have just cosplayed as Harry, done the hair, the makeup, the look, and everything else without doing anything to fix the skin color as well. Whether it was changing the graphics or doing darker makeup, you have to be aware of what you're doing. And I think that was, I don't think it, like you, I don't think it was done maliciously or with any intent, but I think upon realizing what had happened, it should have been a, oh fuck, maybe I shouldn't post that.
Yeah, or maybe
that's not my smartest idea.
Or maybe you should have, like, you know, maybe got ahead of it and said, let me go. By the way, guys, in this video, it looks like I've got a little bit dark skin. This is due to graphics and stuff like that, allowing me to cosplay as Hattie better. But obviously, and then
just a poor,
more,
yeah. I think one of the big issues, I think, and we might get through this through the video, is I genuinely think the PR advice that's being given is not helping in any way at all. Like, the delivery of everything that's coming across is not helping. I think there needs to be more coaching or guidance given. And it's not to say that Chloe doesn't know what she's doing. She's been doing this for a long time. She's a big content creator. Yeah. But clearly, if there is any advice being given by someone, it's not working. It's not helping, sorry, not working. It should be working to do anything. You should be doing the work. But it's really not fucking helping.
No, it's not. It's not helping
in the message you're trying to get across.
It's not helping at all. I mean, this video, some of it felt sincere, like especially the apology for the cosplay felt more sincere than the actual comment, the apology for the trans panel. Yeah. Because as someone mentioned in the comments here, we saw that they saw them completely invalidate a trans person for feeling unsafe and turn it around on them, making them a victim, and asked why you hadn't acknowledged and taken responsibility in a tweet that you posted. So it's a real shame that, again, in this video, we don't see you acknowledge and take accountability. Instead, you skirt around the clip and the issue using other people as scapegoats.
Yeah, it's a shame. And I feel for the mods who were there in chat, because it kind of feels like they're almost... And I'm sure, again, it's not intentional, but by saying, you know, I didn't have the proper mod, it makes the mods who were there feel like, shit, is this my fault? Like, without even saying blame the mods, by implying that there wasn't enough there or there wasn't enough moderation being done, you are inadvertently giving a negative approach to the mods who were there and were trying. And again, I'll say it, you mentioned it earlier and I'll repeat it now. You will have mods in your chat, but your content and what goes out is still yours. Responsibility.
Exactly.
It's still yours. If you trust your mods, great. But you have to be able to fucking I fully trust anyone who is a mod on my channel to spot something and deal with it. Huh?
Yeah. Unfortunately for you, because I am a mod.
Yes, I know. Okay, I fully trust 99% of my mods.
But no, like I say, if like say I would like when you're streaming, I say something like, you know, disgraceful, and really of a bad taste, instant ban, instant done. You know, there's no like, can you please stop this? There's no nothing. I mean, when you had those people that were like that, I say people, a person that was
just kept coming and going.
Yeah, making random accounts and stuff like that. Z did a fantastic job.
That was Ripper.
Was that Ripper?
Due for that one. Yeah, Ripper. They were fucking on the ball. I can't remember if I mentioned it on the last one or not, but one of the key things they did is they came in. The person came back in with an account named "ban if you're gay if you ban," to which Ripper responded with, "Well, joke's on you. I am." Ban. It's just fucking comedy gold. Ban if you're gay.
It's just some of the things that was just left out of this video. That is the problem for me. During all of this is mainly just due to the trans panel. It is. This whole video is mainly because of the trans panel. The trans panel. The other things may have also been added onto it, but the main part, the main meat of this video, and what you should have done is apologize for that. This comment here summed it up perfectly, which was a comment made by apparently Chloe. I never saw this comment, but a comment in the trans panel itself, which from Chloe, which is you don't know me or my community on what we're about here. It's unfair of you to say that you don't feel safe in my chat.
Yeah.
Right.
Fuck off.
Now, it's not for the streamer to decide if it's unfair or not.
Yeah.
Right. it's only I mean, it's not for the streamer to decide if they feel safe in that chat.
Exactly.
It's
we don't get to dictate whether or not our space is safe.
Exactly. All the streamer can do is to put up safety signs to say, by the way, this is what I am, this is what I represent, and this is what I want my chat to represent. If anything happens that is in my chat that is not what I represent or what is on these safety signs and stuff like that, right? Then let me know, let the mods know, and we can deal with it, right? But it's just the fact that you instantly saw that comment, thought that they were attacking the community, just because they felt unsafe, and instead didn't ask why.
Yeah,
everything could have been sorted, right, if they just asked, why do they feel unsafe? Yep. What happened in this stream or in the chat that made them feel unsafe?
Yep.
Right. Yeah. And then they say
it's not the ideal video of release.
Yeah. Exactly. Like, don't I'm not a streamer properly. I stream randomly whenever I feel like it, and if I can't be bothered, I won't. Right.
Cough. That's good live today. Cough.
Yes, playing Final Fantasy. Cough. We'll get to that later. But anyway, yeah. But I still know to put up these signs whenever I'm in. Like, I'm into dark humor. I will not apologize for that because I do like a little bit of dark humor. But if the humor gets too dark, you nip it in the bud.
Yeah. There's a difference between dark humor and offensive humor as well, and I think too many people they use dark humor as an excuse for offensive content. And it's like no. That's like dark humor to me. So my ex, soon to be confirmed ex-wife, went through treatment for breast cancer.
Yeah,
dark humor to me is I would ask her to put the kettle on, and she'd be like, "But I'm a survivor. I had cancer. You can't ask me stupid things like that." That to me was quite dark because that's her like making light of her own health situation for the sake of comedy, and that to me was dark. That was quite dark. Going, but I'm a survivor. I had to fuck off. Put the fucking kettle on you. You're in the kitchen anyway. It's like you're literally standing next to the fucking kettle. I'm not asking you to get up off the sofa.
Yeah, it was just stupid. Go to Brazil and get the comic. Go to Brazil and get
pick the fucking beans. Fucking hell. Yeah, I mean that is like a level of dark humor that I think is one thing. But when it starts offending communities and groups as a whole,
no. I feel like also dark humor is somewhat personalized. Like
usually, yeah.
Yeah, like so the dark humor that you are acceptable with is not the same as sort of dark humor that, like, say, I am acceptable with. Like,
exactly.
Like I'm gonna go through the dark humor that I had recently, and that is during one time is that my auntie passed away, and this is a while ago. And
sorry, I laughed there because you were stuttering and pausing and taking your time. I was like, "Have you forgotten what dark humor is?"
No. And obviously, I play in the guild called World of Warcraft. Now, in this game, there's a dungeon called the Other Side.
Yes.
Now, every time someone mentions this dungeon, Other Side, we always say it, and it's been put into this point where it's been the same thing for 2 years. I love that dungeon. So when I went to go visit my uncle, 2 days after she died, he's very religious, and he goes, she'll probably be very happy on the other side.
Oh no!
Yeah, and I stopped myself from saying it, but it's very difficult after saying it for 2 years.
Yeah,
but it made me laugh. It made the guild laugh. All right, and that's the dark. And that's the dark. I love that dungeon. And that's the dark humor that's fine for me, right? Because I
can imagine now going into that dungeon and being like, "Auntie." But again, that's the personalized thing that I can imagine you do. I can imagine, even if you don't say it out loud, just going into it in your own head because you now associate the two things together.
Yeah, exactly. Right, but like I say, it's personalized. So if you go into a stream and you either don't like dark humor, or you don't know, or you don't take dark humor well, or you don't know dark humor that well, and this person is like uses dark humor a lot, then it might not be the stream for you.
Yeah,
it won't be. Or
same with some Discord servers or conversations online. I think the issue I get with dark humor is when people use it as an excuse to say whatever they want to say and just pass it off as dark humor.
Yeah,
that gets to me. That bugs my fucking happiness. Like, just because you say something is dark humor does not excuse you from offending other people.
Yeah, so when if you're offensive to someone and you go, "Oh, it's just dark humor, bruh," I don't care about that. It's offensive, and you should, get a slap at some point.
Exactly. Give them a fucking kick. Dear. Well, like I say, the video is there. We'll link it down in the description if other people want to have a watch of it and judge for themselves. Everything that we're saying here is purely our opinion. We welcome the opinions of other people, and we welcome discussion on these things. So again, you can hit us up on Twitter at Aspect Ratio Pod if you so wish, or just leave a comment down below in the video. Engagement is good.
100%, Chloe, you probably will not be watching the video, but if you ever surprisingly do, hit us up, give a message, right? We'll discuss things with you. Hopefully, give you our direct thoughts on your apology video and how you could have, probably came across more sincere. Because I have a feeling that you probably were more sincere than the video made you look.
Yeah,
especially.
I think that's the problem with the PR side things is if you're not getting the right advice, you can just make yourself look worse than you actually intended to.
Exactly.
I do have one other little bit of Twitter discussion. It actually only started today, so it's kind of a good thing that we're discussing that or doing this a day later, because it's given me a little bit of a thing that I won't go into it too deeply just now, but someone on Twitter put out a tweet 14 hours ago from this. It was like late Sunday night. If you are buying a microphone and starting out with making content, please stop buying USB microphones, period, especially Yetis. This is basically someone saying, if you're just starting out as a streamer, stop buying USB microphones. Now, to me, this is ridiculously fucking gatekeeping of something, and I am very much an audio-based person. I like hearing good audio. I spent more money than I probably should have on one of my first microphones, but I've had it now for pretty much my entire stream journey, and it'll stick with me until I decide I want to spend the money to go and get the one I really want.
Exactly, and obviously for me, I paid a decent amount of money for the microphone you're hearing now, kept it in a box for about 2 years, and only used it when I was forced to. So
you fucking logical donut, you watch the difference in your fucking streams later on if you use this mic, by the way.
I will be using this mic. Yeah.
Exactly, but yeah, there's a big. It's just like they start promoting microphones or mentioning microphones where it's like, oh, start with this one, and it's like 200 quid. I'm like, who the fuck is spending 200 quid on your first microphone for streaming? Use whatever you fucking want to use to start off with. Some people stream without a mic and without a face cam and still do well to begin with.
Yeah.
Please, for the love of God, stop gatekeeping the equipment that people use and stop judging people who stream direct from their Xbox or from their PS5 or whatever.
Yeah.
It baffles me.
Yeah, obviously I would... I myself would advise to actually get a USB microphone because there's less white noise in the background.
Yeah,
there is.
And the XLR versions, you'll always need an audio interface of some sort to connect it to your PC.
Yeah, and what's money? Because the 3.5mm jacks, they always give white noise, some white noise in the background.
Yep,
and if someone is very good at sensory perceptive. If someone's listening or when they watch their video back and they try and figure out, what's that?
Where's that fucking weird hissing noise coming from?
Exactly. And they look around, there's no snake that they can't find. So they obviously think it's their system and they'll think that something is wrong.
Yeah, and you can spend so long. I mean, literally, they've gone in the things that they're like, oh, I understand most of you don't want or can't break the bank. So I highly advise just save up before you start streaming. No! Fuck off. If you're struggling, or if you're going to go for a USB and want to throw this list out the window, do me a solid and get the Shure MV7. $250 is what they recommend if you're going to start with a USB mic.
No.
Fuck all the way off. Right? I have an XLR microphone, okay, and I have a USB audio interface that then plugs into my PC.
Yeah.
It's still connecting via USB to my PC. But the XLR, and to be fair, I bought the microphone. I bought brand new. Mm-hmm. Right, it cost me £60, 60 Great British pounds, which is about $70-ish there or there.
Yeah, $70-ish, yeah.
70-ish, and I got my USB interface from CEX second-hand store in Aberdeen for like 40 quid. Right, so I spent about £100 in total, but it's still it's lasted me fucking 2 years, man.
Yeah, and obviously, like I say, you don't always have to go for these standing mics. Like even a headset with a mic is fine.
Yep.
Like obviously this headset that I've got now was £50, and that's lasted me for 3 years now. I don't stream with it, but I did do like recordings with it, and I did obviously used to stream with it as well. And it sounded fine. There's no obviously static in the background. The noise cancellation on it is fantastic. You won't even hear a keyboard. Yeah. So that is fine as a starter mic. And then once you get obviously more comfortable, you want to feel like you're upgrading your stream a little bit, then you can start looking and doing your research of what is what mics could be better for you.
So when they've mentioned one mic in here as well, and I think I've said it before on mine. Mine's is a large diaphragm condenser microphone. Right, that's what I got. That's what I use. And like I say, mine cost me about £60, roughly there or thereabouts. It was like 60, 65, something like that. They've recommended one on here as literally a large diaphragm condenser microphone for people with softer voices. And as I explained to Dan beforehand on the stream, don't know why the fuck I got it, because I'm not exactly softly spoken or any of that jazz, but it really works and I like it. The one they've recommended is $269.
Stupid, man.
Fucking what? It's like, stop fucking looking at things going, oh, here we go. You are literally, anyone who looks at that who hasn't started streaming and maybe follows this person is going to be like, cool, I need a £300 or a £200 microphone before I can even start. Fuck off. No. Use what you want. Z, when she started streaming, had a 25 quid USB microphone. There was like, I can't, what the fucking, it's the Trust GXT.
Yeah.
That we used on one of the Shaq videos when we did the quiz.
Oh, yeah, we did, didn't we? Yeah.
That USB mic that Z used, and she comes through clear as fucking day on that quiz, unlike the rest of us.
Yeah.
It's fine. But Z, the quiz host, just holding the microphone, came through clear as fucking day, and that was a 25 quid at most USB microphone. It works. It does what you need to do. You can tweak the settings. You can do everything you need to, and whatever. Like same with cameras. Cameras can make a massive difference, but the lighting and everything, instead of forking out a shitload of money for a camera, just play around with your lighting, play around with the settings in OBS, do the little bits and pieces you can there to maximize what you've got instead.
But not just that. Like I said, we're going on to obviously what can help you with cheaper programs, cheaper things. Programs help a lot. Yeah. Obviously, saying like OBS can help you change the dynamic of your lighting. Audacity can help you with your microphone. Like for example, I know someone who streams using only. Do you know those earphones but with the microphone on the lapel?
Yeah.
It is, but you have the earphones and it plugs in with a 3.5mm jack. Yeah. He uses that and cancels out all the white noise using Audacity because he steers. Because after he's finished streaming and stuff, he uploads the VOD to thingy and just edit up the whole white noise.
See, this is the other thing. And I use it for this for when I upload these ones. Yeah. If you are recording stuff for uploading, Levelator is one of your best friends. Agreed. So you can have the audio turned down on your recordings. Save it it saves as a WAV file, wherever. Run the WAV file through Levelator, and it brings people's audio into balance with each other and creates a nice level file so that you're not getting one person coming through really quiet and another really loud. Levelator, it's free. I record audio on Audacity. I export the WAV file, I then run the WAV file through Levelator, and then I chuck it back into the video file and just overlay it on top of the one. Mute the main video audio, and then run the leveled one instead. And it's done. It's easy. It's not as hard as, like, sometimes it can create a little bit more work for you. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like an extra 5 minutes. Levelator doesn't take that long to level a file off. And it can do it while you nip off to a bathroom break after you've just done a recording.
Exactly.
Make use of free software that's available to you. OBS, free. Audacity, free. Levelator, free. 3 things you've got with tons of settings in them that you can use to adjust your visual, your audio, and I just gave the finger at the camera because fuck you, gatekeepers. Levelator can do that. Yeah, just use the fucking free stuff that's there. Learn how to use it.
I've found that tweet, by the way, that you were just talking about.
Have you found? Yeah, it's fucking it's painful.
And someone has just quoted it, saying USB mics are perfectly fine if that's all you can afford. There are some great suggestions here for upgrades, but I would not recommend these out of the gate, especially if you're just starting out. You don't have to get a £200 to £400 to drop on a mic. Work within your budget.
I fucking love Sophie Darling, by the way.
Yeah, there's also
I know exactly who it is because that's exactly who I follow through.
Yeah, and then there's also Duck VTuber. Do you follow Duck?
I do not follow Duck VTuber.
Well, Duck VTuber has quoted that and replied, "You can pry my snowball out of my cold dead wings."
Dead hands. Well, listen, he uses a Yeti snowball through the house.
This is a Blue Yeti.
Fuck it, it's crazy. Anyway, stop fucking gatekeeping technology and use whatever you can afford to use and just find the free versions of things to play around and tweak around with stuff. You get a spare hour, sit and just record a fucking video on OBS, mucking around with different settings, and you might go, oh, actually, that really works. That's how I got my lighting to look a lot better now compared to what it did fucking 3 months ago, 6 months ago. I just sat and fucked around with the settings a bit. Change the zoom the camera in a little bit closer to you. Get the light on you, not on the just do shit with free shit.
Exactly. Like I say, because the free shit can get better with other technology involved.
Exactly. And practice with the free shit gets you good when it comes to the paid shit afterwards, if you ever move to that. You don't have to. Christ, I know people who still use fucking free video editing software to upload videos to YouTube, and they're sitting at like 6,000 subscribers. Yeah. If it fucking works, don't change it. Christ, I know someone who still edited videos using is it the Microsoft Video Editor or whatever?
Microsoft Video Editor, yeah.
Yeah, the fucking free one that came on Microsoft for the longest time. They were using that to still edit and upload shit to YouTube. Mm-hmm. And they were a partner. It's like, fucking what?
If it works, there's no reason to change it.
Exactly. So many people still use Streamladder for editing clips up to TikTok and stuff as well, and YouTube Shorts. Streamladder's free. Upload the clip, split it. Comes out it comes out in 720p. It's not always the highest quality, but it gives a shit. It's fucking content. Get yourself out there. Make use of the free stuff. Anyway, enough of that. Dan, you're streaming today.
Yes.
It ties us into games.
Yes. I am.
What's your plan? So it's Monday, by the way. It's 11:15 in the afternoon. Dan is streaming in about 45 minutes, so we'll wrap up quickly.
Yeah. Well, I'll say we'll wrap up quickly. I've got time. It is. My food is only going to take 2 minutes to cook in the microwave, so.
Well, it's fine.
But yeah, I'm streaming some Final Fantasy today, Final Fantasy 13, the very first Final Fantasy game that I played, which actually got me in love with the Final Fantasy franchise, actually. A lot of people now the Final Fantasy 13 is it has mixed reviews, because anyone who came from the older Final Fantasy, like Final Fantasy, like mainly 7, that was everyone's favorite 7. Final Fantasy 13 was the very first game that brought in the which tried 12 tried to start it, but 13 was the main one that started with the ATP gauge, which is the attack bar increase.
Yes,
and it didn't go too well with people because Final Fantasy was mainly turn based.
Mm-hmm.
It was, so people didn't like that, and the people always saying that they didn't actually like the story. Some of the characters are annoying. Some of the characters are annoying.
Welcome to the world of games.
But yeah, it's games. It is, and I really enjoyed it. And it is. So I
love Sword and Shield, but I fucking hate Hop with a passion. So,
yeah, I'm going to be playing that for the next few weeks, going from start to finish, going through the whole of the story, a lot of the side quests, and then we'll see what goes on from there. Really,
what goes on is Dan streaming more consistently. for a
week. We're going to try it because there's actually a reason why I've started streaming now, like actual proper reason, and it's not actually to do with me. It is. So it's actually to do with one of my friends. It is. His name is Sam. And if you've noticed me on Twitter, you would have already seen me share something important to Sam.
Yes.
And that is he is going to get his hip replaced. Okay.
With another hip, we should add. They're not like replacing.
Yes, I should. It is with another hip and not with a duck. Okay, as can confirm, a duck does not count as a hip. But anyway, he has tried to get through the NHS, and they're just going around in circles, trying different things other than getting the hip replaced. Now, we had his other hip replaced beforehand, his left one, and that went perfectly fine. So he wants to go with the same doctor, who has now since left the NHS.
Oh, fuck's sake.
And to go full private, he needs to raise over £16,500.
Yeesh.
Yes. So, and obviously he used to be, joined the swimming club. He won Scottish national swimming championships during the butterfly stuff. He carried the 2012 Olympic torch, for God's sake.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Skills.
I saw it on his, when he showed me on his camera when I was talking on Discord. He brought it out. And at best, at best it just looks like a big club.
No, fair.
Which I really want. So yeah, any money that I say with bits, subs, donations, anything are going towards his hip replacement.
Nice.
And that is now. So at the moment, he's raised over 815. So about almost a 16th there.
Nice.
And we're really just doing that mainly just so I can push him and not feel guilty afterwards. Really.
It's as good a reason as any, I suppose.
It really is, because if you push
Dan.
I would apologize. Like, if you push someone who's disabled, it's very people don't like it towards it. It is, and me and Sam have this thing of the amount of times he's called me fat. Walked up it's hilarious. And I said I'm going to push him next time I see him, and he says he'll stream it so people
class
as a hate crime. And it is, and I said we'll wait for you to get replaced, and I'll do it anyway.
Oh, for God's sake!
And that is the thing and that is an example of the dark humor that is personalized between me and Sam.
Exactly. Well, we've also got their chat. I will confirm that Dan is this week's one to watch.
Yay!
Because it is for a very good cause, and we are obviously very, very, very supportive of it as a whole. So, welcome back to the streaming world. Whatever the fuck it takes to get you back into it, I am happy with it. Because your content is good fun to watch. I'm going to chuck in one other individual for our one to watch, who has given me one of the funniest clips. When I was in their stream, I clipped this thing and genuinely had me in absolute hysterics.
Okay.
It's Abnormal Gamer. It's a person called Bobby.
Okay.
Bobby is very, very fun. And it's the clip is just from You Are a Pirate, which is on, I can't remember what kids' TV program it is, but basically someone redeemed it and Bobby just gets up and sings along and does the dance with it. And they've also got one where it's you got jebaited. You got jebaited is also in there. It's just, they've got some phenomenally funny stuff that is just worthwhile having in.
Is it You Are a Pirate? Is your whole fiddly-dee being a pirate is alright to be?
Something like that, yeah. Then it's you are a pirate.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not from a children's show. I'm pretty sure that's from people. That's off LimeWire, I think.
This one is featured in I think it's Lazy Town that it's used in now. That's the one. Lazy Town is the kids thing that comes into.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure it was a torrent. It was a torrent service that had it, and whenever you download something, that song would be played.
Oh god, it might be there as well. But so Bobby's main game is Overwatch 2, but they do sometimes play a variety of different things. The aim is to have a positive impact within the gaming community and build up something we can all be proud of. If you enjoy your stay, feel free to leave a follow and help support. But yeah, Abnormal X Gamers. But the link to Bobby will be down in the description down below. I think we're reaching the perfect time to wrap things up because my throat is now dry as shit and I'm starting to cough like mad. So, Dan, is there anything from yourself before we wrap up, save this, and get it uploaded?
Oh, I haven't doxed myself today. I haven't doxed myself. Let's see. What can I do? Oh, yeah. If you look at Google Maps and find somewhere in the UK, my flat is opposite a car wash. There we go. We're lowering it. We're lowering it now. We're lowering it now because it's now a place that has a starting postcode with an S and now has a car wash outside of it. So we're getting closer, guys. We're getting closer.
For fuck's sake. Right, well, there's nothing from me. I'm going to go and try and fix this throat. Thank you, everyone, for watching. If you don't already, please do click subscribe on the YouTube channel where you're probably watching this. We are having a bit of an issue getting the Spotify uploads done, but the YouTube videos are kind of like the focus of what we're doing anyway, so we're kind of happy having those, keeping them going up consistently. And by consistently, I just mean every single fucking week. If you wouldn't mind doing so, please leave a comment underneath. Let us know any of your input on topics discussed today, be it our ones to watch, be it the Chlooeeeexo addressing video earlier, which again you'll find linked in the description, or anything at all. Please comment. Do so. You can also follow us on Twitter at AspectRatioPod, which you will now see somewhere here on the screen in front of my face where I'm making this sign. We'll see you all again next week. Thank you all for watching. Peace, love, stay safe. Mwah. Goodbye.
Bye.